Hello, Rachel. How are you today?
Good. How are you, Harry?
I cannot complain. Life is good. I woke up this morning. So tell me a little bit about your situation. What are you doing right now for your lead generation and getting new clients?
um, Most of it is Sphere, and then right now um, we're sending out some letters to places where we recently sold, looking
Okay,
for more listings.
okay, so you're doing neighborhood prospecting in circle of influence. Okay. So what do you guys like? Are you on a team or team leader or are you on a team?
I am the team with my admin.
Okay, so it's just you and your admin?
I have two admin, yeah.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Two Admins, you
Well,
get up here.
one's a transaction coordinator, and then the other is full time admin, but she's new. I stepped away from the business for a couple of years, only doing business that came to me while we had some health issues in the family.
Hmm.
And now I'm stepping back in full time.
So we are kind of in the same boat. The country went on quarantine on a Monday last year. My wife was diagnosed with cancer that Thursday. So
Oh,
I stepped away and, thank goodness she's recovered from her cancer. They
yay.
were able to have surgery so she doesn't have that. So I just got back into it. And so this is our little recovery thing. And when I got back in, you have all these new companies out here, EXP, Canzel. And as a licensed broker, I just can't compete with the different business models. Keller
Yeah.
Williams Exit messed it up offering 70/30. When I started, it was a 50/50 split. So now as a broker, it's kind of pointless for me to sit there and have all that overhead when my real skill set is in lead generation. That's what I'm good at. Lead generation and being an investor. So can
Got
you
it.
see my screen?
Yes, once I move my screen. Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm glad that you're back in it.
Me too.
And let's see. I got all
Definitely
these.
happier back in it.
What? So when you stepped away, were you doing anything at all?
Um, I was doing some busy work, but um my son had broken his hip, and um it was a long recovery process. He had three surgeries, and 2 years later he was finally up and walking again. And then I also had my own health things that were somewhat related to not being in the business anymore. I went through a little bit of a depression. um Once you're out, you're so, I don't know about you, but so much of your value can be tied to what you did last quarter.
Mm-hmm. Look, tied to how much money you're making.
And so when you don't have that, it was definitely easier not to focus on the business.
I definitely went through that because when look, my bank account during the period that she was sick, thank goodness we were blessed and fortunate to have it. But when I finally looked at it, I said, "Oh my goodness, I need to get back to work like ASAP."
Mm-hmm.
And that's when all the depression started kicking in because things had changed. I had a couple agents, but they were new agents. And I had to had time to train them. So I'm generating all these leads and nobody's closing the leads. and,
Ah,
and because I couldn't be out there with them, they wanted me to hold their hand and go on appointments. And they didn't understand, hey guys, we have this pandemic still happening, and my wife is still on quarantine as well as myself, so I can't even be around you.
yeah.
So I ended up sending them all like, look, you guys might want to go look at EXP, go look at Keller, go look at one of the larger agencies because they're more equipped to hold you. And I'm just going to focus on lead generation, being a referral company. Like I closed down my brokerage, and now we're nothing but a referral company. Yes. So this is my new plan. Rather than trying to compete with the other brokerages, I just want to be a referral company, and my company is Lions Pride Realty. The campaigns I run are through a thing called Lead Savages, and with Lead Savages is nothing but hunting prospects to turn them into deals. So if you can see the screen, my goal is
Mhm.
very simple. I want to create top producers. My strategy is very simple. I find off-market properties and listings that nobody knows about. Kind of like you said, most real estate agents, their marketing is geared toward their sphere of influence and the people that they know. I do not even do business with friends and family because it turns into a headache. And and I love my friends and family, but rather keep that relationship versus me getting upset that they did business with somebody else, or me getting upset. Like the biggest one that my pet peeve, they will put their property listed with somebody else and then want to come pick my brains for all types of information, ask me what they should do or shouldn't do. Or they'll
Uh-huh.
get under contract with somebody else for buying a property and then ask me, well, is this right? Is that right? So I made it very simple. I don't even want your business anymore. If you bring it, okay, let's talk about it. But I don't market to family and friends anymore. So there's two types of customer profiles that we have. Um, we deal with distressed sellers. We pull lists. The list include absentee vacants, however, like this is just a general list of what we have, but we pull all distressed sellers. We utilize a program called PropStream. We're able to pull 10,000 leads per month using that. So the distressed sellers, that's where we find our off-market properties that the average real estate agent isn't looking for. They're only looking for the high-end ones that people want to sell. Now, the reason we pull that is because we're also looking for investors as well. And our investors, are you familiar with the term wholesalers?
Mhm.
Okay, I don't deal with wholesalers. I mean, I have nothing wrong, nothing against them. However, I'm a licensed person and I have to have what's called a ready, willing, and able buyer, as I'm sure it's probably the same in your state as well. So that being said, when we pre-vet our buyers, it has to include a proof of funds, a pre-approval letter. If they're dealing with hard money, we make sure it's a hard money lender that we vetted. We want to see if they have a portfolio as well as a business entity or a business line of credit. If they don't can't show me they have the proof of funds, they do not get put on our buyers list, and we just don't work with them. And then the other buyers we find from the inventory that we have that we run ads on Facebook. So that's the two types of clients that we look for. And here is our plan of action. We get you to sign up for PropStream. PropStream costs you $100 a month. Before I was using PropStream, are you familiar with ListSource?
No.
So ListSource is another place you can go on and get information to pull leads, like pre-foreclosures. You can pull people that have owned their property for more than 30 years. Now you can target different types of lists to pull. However, it's expensive because they charge you for each listed for each record that you pull. PropStream is not is 100% accurate, but I can pull up 10,000 per month. And with list source, when I would pull, I was only pulling 5,000 a month, and that was costing me over $5,000. So with
Have you looked at Rebo Gateway?
Revo Gateway, that was another one I was looking. That's they're the ones that offer the probates, right?
Uh-huh.
I looked at them, but then they charge per county.
They charge for what?
They charge it was a additional fee for each county.
Uh,
Yeah, so when I saw there was an additional fee for each county, and PropStream was just $99 per month, it was an easy decision to go with PropStream.
okay.
Are you familiar with PropStream?
No,
Okay, I'll run you through
but
it real quick.
it's kind
Huh?
of, I'm sure it's kind of the same thing, right?
It's a little bit different. PropStream is like the most amazing thing in the world. And as a licensed realtor, I'm kind of ticked at the MLS, which is a lot more money, doesn't give me the same amount of information.
Right? Oh my
It's like,
gosh.
look, I'm wasting my money on the MLS, and the only reason I keep the MLS is so that I can upload listings into it. Otherwise, it's pointless. Between Zillow
Right.
has more information than we have the MLS, so
Yes,
it's
it's
just terrible.
embarrassing.
Embarrassing is not the word. But so and that's the next thing we ask for. We have you sign up for PropStream, then you give us your login details so we can pull your list for you. Then we ask for your MLS. Your MLS is some people don't feel comfortable giving their login and password. I know that all the boards are against you sharing that. If the person doesn't, then they can sign up for the unlicensed agent account and just do an additional MLS. and we use that to pull the expires daily. So each day we're adding new properties to the list. We pull expires daily, we do the distressed sellers monthly, and then we do the for sale by owners weekly. And so all we ask is pay your initial skip tracing fee, and then we start your campaign. So when it comes to your territory, we don't go by specific cities, we pull entire counties. And then for the entire counties, like we already talked about, the for sale by owners, expires, and distressed sellers. If you look to the right, those are our numbers that we've been running for leads. As you can see, I scale up and I scale down. And I know the numbers might look kind of high for you're seeing 250 a week, 180 per week on the minimum. That is a good correct for the minimum. We get at least 80 leads per week. However, not all leads are actually qualified leads. So because of that, we have a very strong quality assurance program where each lead we go through and listen to the call. We make sure that everything is represented correctly. We make sure that it's actual somebody that wants an appointment versus a lot of times like you'll see some of those when we had 250. That was when I was just bringing on new people and training them, and they were just rushing through the calls just to get somebody to say, "Hey, look, I got a lead. Give me my commission." And so we really had to get that process nailed down packed. Timeline. So our campaigns are done on a weekly basis. The first 7 days is the campaign primer. We add the leads. We want to make sure that you qualify, have at least 4 qualified appointments. A qualified appointment means that the seller knows that the agent is coming to their house, and a seller is fine with it being an agent. And from that point, you got to work and negotiate to them to convince you to list the property. Or at the very minimum, we get you to the door asking if we bring a buyer, will they pay a buyer's commission? So that's our door opener. If they're okay with that, then we'll send the agent to preview the property. So within 2 weeks, huh?
That was my dog.
Oh, hi, doggy. All right, so that's your first week. Then within 2 weeks, you're going on eight listing appointments. We expect within the first 2 weeks for you to have at least one listing under your belt. Once that one listing is under your belt, that's when we start running ads on Facebook. Like we take care of all the marketing of that property because we want it to go to sale so it gets a closing. So within 30 days, once you have at least got 4 listings and at least have one property under contract. I know with the mortgage industry, it kind of changes. Before we used to get closing as little as 2 weeks to 30 days. Now I think they were at an average about 45 to 60 days to close. So our focus is just at least have it under contract.
So when you're saying this, is that with the buyers that you're approving, or is that just in general?
That's what the buyer's approving too. So you might have you might find your own buyer through putting on the MLS, or we might find a buyer through our marketing.
Okay, because I will tell you that right now my average days on market is 5, and then we're being able to close in about 30, depending.
See, that's
some
awesome.
less, some more, but no, nobody's more.
Yeah, so here's what I do. I under promise and over deliver.
Right. Okay.
If I tell you it's going to be 30 days and it gets under contract in 5 days, everybody's happy. If I tell you 5 days and it takes 30, then I'm being called all types of crooks and scam artists. So with this market right now is really a hot seller's market. So property should not be under contract for 30 days.
Right.
That's just a matter of the listing agent not knowing how to price it and not knowing what they're doing and not knowing how to control their seller. So our pricing goes like this. We initially pull the list from PropStream, and that gets 10,000 leads. The skip tracing is 10 cents per lead, so there's $1,000 skip tracing fee of one time. For buyers agents, we don't charge buyer agents anything. The investors pay for the list. They pay for the list. They pay for the skip tracing. So with a buyer's agent, all they're doing is going out to preview a property that an investor is interested in, and then they go preview. They take pictures. They do a video walkthrough. They suggest a purchase price, and they let the investor know what the market value is. That is roughly zero, and I put 3 to 5 buyer appointments per week. That's more like 3 to 5 properties to look at per week, depending on their market. that should not be one-on-one coaching. It should be a peer mentor group access. And all that means we have a
Okay.
group on Facebook that I'm actually starting, and you can go on there and ask questions and keep up to date with what's going on. We do charge a 35% referral fee, and like I said, the sponsor pays for all their leads, so not paying anything. Then we have our top producer campaign. With the top producer, that is $350 per week. To run the campaign on a monthly basis, just for the 10,000 leads, that costs us 3,600 in mailers. That costs us another 1,000 in just skip tracing. That's not to mention the cost that we're paying for our transaction coordinators, for our marketers, to run the Facebook ads, to have the people on the cold callers, for the dollar. So there's a lot of other fees that's not represented. So our fee is actually $600, but we're giving introductory rate of 350 per week. And with that, that's only until you're up to once you're at five, once you close 5 deals, then we expect for it to go back to the 600 per week. And with that, it's a minimum, you'll get minimum of 4 listing appointments per week, peer mentor group access, and again, the 25% referral fee. Now, this is something that I've been doing in New Jersey, and we're very, very effective and successful at it. However, I have not done this across the country yet. I'm just getting started, and it was just became my idea to launch this as a national campaign. So I don't want to promise that I can deliver results that we're not 100% sure that we can. I don't see why we couldn't. So we're doing an introductory offer of $250. Rather than pulling all 10,000 leads, we're only going to pull 2,500. The $250 is strictly paying for that to be skip traced. We're not going to run a mailer campaign. We're strictly going to do a dollar campaign. So that gets 1 week of dollar. And after you pay the 250, if you're not satisfied, then you just don't pay. And if you are satisfied, then we'll pull your information and we'll start on a weekly process. So that is kind of our program in a nutshell. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns for me?
That was a lot. Yeah, so my initial concern was, okay, I don't know, right temporarily I have that much money to start, and yet is that sustainable? And so with the introductory offer, it definitely takes the risk and gives us a little bit more of a time to feel out if this is going to work or not.
Yes, that's the whole point. I look at it, see, I make investments on 2 ways. There's some people look and they worry about how much something's going to cost them. I don't care about how much it costs. I care about how much I'm going to make from
off of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm not spending $1 if I'm not getting $1 back. You can charge me 10,000 if I'm getting at least 10% return on my money. So I'm looking at it the same way. Like I don't want to price to where it's somewhat completely out of somebody's budget, but running campaigns are expensive.
Right.
So if I just charge them, if we reduce it from the 10,000 to 2,500, and I only charge them for the skip tracing, then I cover all the other costs, and that gives them a chance to preview it where they can see, okay, look, this is working. I got X amount of appointments, and you know what the average is in the state that you're in. If you can get at least 4 listings per month to go to closing, does that make the investment worth it?
And I think if I get 1 closing, right?
Yeah, so you kind of think like me that you're not really worried about how much you're spending as long as it's bringing you a return.
The sustainability, right?
Correct.
Exactly. Yeah. So let me just 600 times 4. Yeah. If we got 1 closing per month, it would work. And be a nice, right? Because I think our average price point, our average house is about 700. Our median price house is like 720.
Oh my. Yeah, that's doing real good. And now, is that in your entire county or just one of the areas that you're servicing?
No, that's the entire county. And San Diego. So I find geography fascinating, and like especially with real estate, because you guys on the East Coast, your counties are tiny, right? And
Uh-huh.
my county, San Diego County, is the size of Connecticut. So, and there's places that I won't go, right? There's like a desert in there. There's like literally there's a desert in our county. So it's interesting. Like what and so like initially I'm like, well, as far as sellers, I won't even care about the whole county. I could do the whole county for sellers, but maybe not for buyers. But then there's some growth opportunity. So well, I really appreciate like everything that you're doing and your whole philosophy behind it and how you got here.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure speaking with you so far today. So I do think um, we're I'm grateful we have my assistant, although I might be having to rehire, but that's okay.
Don't rehire an assistant.
Um,
We
I
part of it, we have our transaction coordinator.
Now, are they good for California? And I like a certain way.
Our transaction coordinators are good throughout the entire country. And
Okay,
there's two types of training. There's a general training that we provide, as well as what, again, I'm in New Jersey. So
right.
they're trained on all the stuff in New Jersey. So when it comes to the state, you would kind of like, I would expect for you for the first at least 3 to 5 transactions to hold their hand and make sure they're doing it the exact way that you want it. So everything goes smoothly.
Okay, I have lots of checklists in place, right?
Yep.
and, um, and that's one of the things that I'm because I am getting back in the business, and it's amazing how things quickly change, right?
Mhm.
What we're adapting now from when I was doing it before. Um, so that's one of the things that she is currently working on, and I will still continue to have an assistant and maybe add another one.
What does
So,
your what's the primary role of your assistant?
oh, and she's in the Philippines, so it's really economical.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I said. What's the primary role of your assistant?
right now, her primary role is documenting my systems and
Okay.
putting them in our new CRM. And then also, I have a Facebook community of like 7,000 people in
Awesome.
an area. And so she is helping onboard those people into our systems.
Awesome. Now, what county are you in?
San Diego.
You did tell me that earlier. San Diego County, California. So this is, I'll show you exactly how we go in and pull a list. I come in here, San Diego, California. All right, that gives general information up front. I'm going to come in here, and the first thing I'm going to look for is properties that are not on the MLS. So if they're on the MLS, no. So if you look over here to the right where it says unique properties, there are
Mm-hmm.
109,000. When I go and do my filter and I see I only want the ones that aren't on the MLS, that number recalculates. And now we're down to 108. That didn't take too much off. And I only like dealing with properties where somebody has owned it for more than 5 years. So I come to ownership, minimum of 5 years. And that gets me down to 589. Hold on, how many is that? Oh, that must have been over a million because now we're down to 881,000.
Do you know how many properties we have on the MLS right now?
On the
Like
no, it said it was
2,000.
7,000. How many?
Two.
Oh, wow. So that means we got a large area. So then the next thing I come to is I come look to see if, I'm sorry, no, not there. Then we come, I like vacant properties and absentee owners. So is it owner occupied? No. Now we're down to 403,000. Is the property vacant? All right, so with vacant properties, now we're down to 3,000. So then I'm gonna take that back to any. And that's what I do. I just play with the searches and narrow them down till we get to our
Uh-huh.
10,000. And I like to use the best ones. Oh, also I forgot to I start off to see if they're free and clear, if there's no mortgage on the property. So now we're down to 307,000. I should have put that first. Free and clear. And then look, we still got more stuff to play with. I'll come and see if there's any liens on the property. So it has active lien. All right, so I'll take the active lien off because that goes down to 20. So I just go, I'm not going to take up your whole time, but I just go and play with all the filters and
Uh-huh.
find out properties that the seller is most likely to be in a situation where they want to sell and they have to sell, and we go from there. Now there's also, I just looked the other day, they had, I think it was something for senior, yeah, senior owners. And so these
Mm,
aren't as distressed. These are more older people that kind of like, they might be looking at downsize.
right.
And then the other one I saw, I think they finally had pre-probates. They just updated this within the last oh my gosh, last week. So all these different quick filters they have on here, like PropStream is so amazing. I love it better than MLS. It's just the most awesomest program out there. So I'm sorry to rabble your head off.
That's all right. See, there's the desert.
I see. Yeah, we definitely won't find. Do they even have any houses over there?
Yeah. So where it says Anza Borrego Desert State Park, there's a community in Borrego.
Okay, we'll make sure we don't put those on your list.
Uh, and then as you get close to that ridge there before the desert, that's all mountain
Okay.
community, which is not, um, yeah, we're the size of Connecticut. So,
Well, I don't think we'll have to go out more than just your one county. So
no,
I'm not, huh?
only one county at this time.
I will tell you my weakness. I suck as a salesperson. I am not into selling. I'm into providing solutions and opportunities. So you do not have to give me a rush decision right now. If you are interested, then just let. I think who is one who got in touch with you?
Um,
Maria.
it was a woman with hair, dark
Okay.
hair.
I think it was Maria. So if you're not ready to make a decision now, you want some
I
time to think about
well,
it.
why? So why at this point? Why wouldn't it was Christine Byrne?
Christine, okay. Yeah, she's one of the other ones that we have. We call them our marketers. And let me tell you how awesome they are. They not only market that when we have properties, they send out stuff for properties. They find regular buyers, they find investors. So I have a pretty amazing team, and they've just been awesome at lead generation.
Okay, yeah, and she is the only one I recognize with her that we have mutual friends is Jason Kennedy.
Okay.
But anyway, um, so now I will tell why wouldn't I sign up?
I don't. I told you the part that I'm terrible at is sales. I like to under promise and over deliver so much that it's like there's four impulse factors of sales. Are you familiar with them?
With who?
The four impulse factors of a sale.
Mm-mm. Not, I
Okay,
haven't heard it that way. So
so
go
there's
ahead.
the fear of loss when you tell somebody, okay, well, this is only a limited time opportunity. It's gone within the next. If you don't,
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you how I can sell you. Hey, look, Rachel, it's been really great talking to you. However, right now this program is brand new. So if you don't sign up within the next 3 days, or if you're not ready to make a buying decision now, then I'm not going to be able to offer that introductory rate to you. So, are you ready to make a decision now? We can go ahead and move forward. And then I sit back and shut up and wait for you to give me an answer. Then there's the indifference. I mean, there's a sense of urgency. Rachel, the program is not going to go away. However, that 250 rate I offer you is going to have to go back to 350 after we get off this phone call because we're under a high pressure to meet our sales quota. So I can keep that rate and lock it in for you right now. So just go ahead and give me your information and I'll your credit card information. I'll go ahead and bill you. That's a sense of urgency. Then there's the Jones effect. Hey Rachel, we just what was your mutual friend's name you just mentioned again?
Jason
We
Kennedy.
just saw Tom, and Tom really loves the program, and Tom lives and dies by it. His agency is just growing so well, so rapidly. That's the Jones effect, where you make it feel. Or we just got Kareem McKenzie. He's a two-time NFL Super Bowl winner from the Giants, and he's endorsed our program, so he's on our marketing team. That's the Jones effect. And then the only one that I do use because it truly is me is indifference. Indifference is where you tell the person, look, it's kind of up to you. I really don't care if you do it or not, but it's a great opportunity, so you'll be a fool to miss it. Indifference is about the only thing that I use because I'm truly indifferent. I offer so much value that it's great. If somebody sees it, come on, let's go. If they don't, then I'm on to the next one. So that's my sales background, and I literally learned how to sell anybody anything, but I don't like selling. I can't stand being sold, and I can't stand selling.
All right. Well, like I said, I really don't see the downside at this point.
Okay.
So,
So then where
yeah.
we'll go from here, I'm going to send you over a referral agreement, and you're going to get that back to me with all your company information. From
Okay.
there, I'm going to send you a questionnaire, and it's going to be for you to fill out so that we have all your information and we can get your contract drawn up. Then you'll be sent the invoice for $250. The only other fee that I forgot to mention, you have to sign up for PropStream. Actually, I did mention sign up for PropStream. PropStream is $100 a month, and whether you stay with me or not, I really, really recommend the software that much because the information on there is just so awesome. I really can't. I can't explain to you how much that I love it more than MLS. Matter of fact, hold on, let me show you this. So I told you I'm primarily an investor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I come on here and I go to this property, 2717 Honey Springs. Now I want to see what the comparable and nearby listings are like, and there's not that many for that one. So let's
No,
go to
because
the other one.
it's out.
All right, so you tell me which one on here I should pick.
But that one, any of the next three are fine. Do the likes, yeah, any of
This
them
one?
are fine.
Okay, so if I come on here, the first thing I want to do is I want to come and look at comparables and nearby listings. And then I'm a cash buyer, so I want to come on here and I want to see properties that were purchased from cash buyers. There's one cash buyer in the area they bought for 320,000 down the street. This one, and that's actual store, so that's not a good comparable. So anyway, I'm not gonna go too far in this, but look, it shows me REO sales, foreclosures, interest, like
Mm-hmm.
it's all the information that my MLS should be providing me, and they don't.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
we just don't have it. I told you there's only 2,000 houses listed for sale right now, right? So we don't have sales. It's hard to find comparables.
that might be. Jeez. So why don't properties sell that much out there?
Oh, they sell. We just don't have them. There's nobody, but there's nobody. So once they're listed, they sell, but no, there's nobody leaving, or there's few people leaving. We just don't have enough inventory. So when I first started in 2019 or 2009, we had probably like 10,000 listings, right? And then since like 2015 or 2014, 13, we were at like 5,000 listings. And our inventory shortage has definitely hit the wall at like 2,000 listings.
Well, here's the beautiful thing. My target search right here, if I was just to run, this is 2,500 properties. that most the 2644, which gives us our number 2500. This
Mm-hmm.
is the list that I would run for you right here. And these properties are properties that are not on the market, they're not owner occupied, and they're listed as vacant. Listed as vacant means that the mail is getting returned, or they've getting municipal ordinances from the grass not being cut and the home not being taken care of, things of that nature.
Got it. Now, quite a few of them seem to be like mobile homes.
Oh, so hold on. Let me come in here and filter. Thank you for reminding me about that. Also, make sure it's single family or condo. Do you do multifamilies as well?
Um, Up to 4.
Okay, so 2 to 4. Okay, so that should have taken out our mobile homes. Did it?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. See what I mean? I love it. It has all these filters.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be honest with you. My VAs are all in the Philippines.
Yep.
I got a database of over 4,000 VAs out there, and whenever I bring on a new client, most of them are already trained and onboarded. It's just a matter of them getting the actual clients favor. When you sign up with this, you will get an account manager. Your account manager is sort of like your assistant. What they do is make sure that once we give you the lead, we want to make sure that you're able to follow up with the leads and get on appointments. Your account manager is the one to annoy you to make sure that we're going to get leads on the contract and the closing. Because I tell them, like, look, guys, this the money we spend up front on marketing, that's just to get the door open. So the money I charge you up front, that kind of like just goes towards our marketing budget.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really get paid unless the deal closes where we get the referral fee. So I need to make sure that they're making sure everybody closes, and that kind of gives us an incentive to make sure that all of our partners are actively working the leads and not just taking them.
Yes. Got it.
All right. So the next step, like I said, I'm going to send you over a buyer's agency agreement, and that just explains what the referral commission is. Once you get that, you'll send it back. Then I'll send you a link for onboarding. That will take all your information, just general questions that we have on profile. Then once you get that signed up, then we'll go ahead and send you the link for PropStream, so you can sign up for that. Once you sign up for PropStream, we'll go ahead and pull your list. I'll actually with you, I'll actually sit down and we'll do the list together. But I think we pretty much have it. We'll go out and do it together. So I'll show you
Okay.
in case you ever want to run into on your own. Okay.
Okay. So I do have a couple of questions. So if I'm not satisfied, you return the $250?
No, the $250 pays for your skip tracing.
Okay.
So we're not charging you anything up front. All you're doing is paying for your skip tracing. You're going to get the ones we skip trace. We're going to provide you with that list.
Okay. And then anything on that list would also so if we terminated it after 1 week, right? Anything on that list would also be part of the referral fee.
Yes. Anything that we set up, it's under the referral fee.
Yeah. Okay. And so $250, and it's for 1 week, and then after the 1 week, we decide whether we're moving forward.
You got it.
Okay. All right. And then the one thing I did miss, it's 35 for buyers. Was it 25 or 35?
25. Once
Say it one more time.
it's 25 for the top producer.
Okay.
Hold on. Now you can go to our website, leadsavages.com.
And it has it all there too.
Yeah. Now I will let you know that our website got hacked. So we had to go back to a reversion, which when they weren't finished working on it. So the website should be 100% by next Monday.
Okay.
However, right now it's all got the general information, with some of the edits and stuff are not done. So I have my copy person going through that and fixing everything now.
Okay. All right. So I will see that contract in my email in a little while.
Yes, ma'am. You sure will.
All right.
All right. So thank you so much for your time. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.